Are you dealing with a legal issue you would love to resolve? There is help. Welcome to The Law Show Sacramento, brought to you by TravisBlackLaw.com. Join us to create the best path forward for you. Now, here's your host.
Hello, this is your host, Nick Jaworski, and I am here with Travis Black from Travis Black Law. And today we'll be talking with Travis about insurance companies, what happens if you have an insurance claim, and when it's appropriate to call an attorney. Now, before Travis joins us, just a reminder that if you have any questions or require assistance, you can reach Travis at TravisBlackLaw.com. That's TravisBlackLaw.com. And you can join us on Facebook at Facebook.com/Travis Black Law Show. Travis, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Now, we're going to be talking about what happens after you have an insurance claim. But before we do so, to help tee this up, I understand that you have experience in this as both a police officer and as someone who worked for insurance companies. If you would you share a little bit of your background with us?
Sure, be glad to. I'm a retired police officer. I retired in 1985. I was hurt and retired on a medical. I was a traffic officer for about 5 years during that time period. So that my whole job was to investigate and report traffic collisions.
So you've got quite a background in this.
As far as the law enforcement side, yes. And then after I retired, while I was in law school, I worked for several insurance companies also.
So if you have the answers, you've seen it from both, or from three places. You've seen it as a police officer, you've seen it as the insurance company, and you've probably been involved in some auto accident at some point.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So you've got it all.
Yeah.
So you're the person we should be talking to. Okay, so as drivers, we've all dealt with insurance companies, and we see all these insurance companies, all these insurance commercials on television, like the little gecko who makes everything seem so honest, friendly, and easy. What's been your experience with working with these insurance companies?
Well, it's a total different picture from what you see on television or hear on the radio. Mm-hmm. You know, the cute gecko, or like a good neighbor, you're in good hands.
Right.
Those are nice words, but from my perspective, and been doing this for over 22 years, that's not what insurance companies do.
Right.
Their whole position, as far as I'm concerned, is that they want to make a profit. They want to keep their shareholders happy. And the way they do that is they pay out less on a claim than they should. And the public suffers for that.
Right. Okay, so what happens after you have an insurance claim?
Well, you're involved in an automobile accident, and we're going to assume that it's not your fault. Let's just talk like a rear-end automobile accident.
Okay.
So after you've been involved in the accident, you've obtained the other driver's information, called the police, gotten a report if possible, then you end up calling the other insurance company. And oftentimes they want to take a recorded statement. And my suggestion always is never allow them to take a recorded statement. The reason why is we've all watched television, and when a police officer arrests somebody, they give them their Miranda rights, and they say you have the absolute right to remain silent. And this is the most important thing. Anything you say can and will be used against you. And if you give a recorded statement, anything you say in that statement can and will be used against you later on. Let's say you call right after the accident and you've got a lot of adrenaline flowing and you don't really feel a lot of pain right now. And they may ask you, how do you feel? Well, I'm okay right now. Well, 9 months later, when you're ready to have surgery, they use the fact that, well, this accident obviously didn't cause the accident because we talked to you right afterwards and you weren't even hurting.
Right.
So never give a recorded statement. After the statement is, after you've given all the information to the insurance company, they'll make an appointment to come out and look at your car, and which you should allow them to do. Oftentimes, in fact, the majority of the times, they want you to go to their body shop. And there's a reason, is they have key body shops that they pay a lot less to repair your vehicle. But what their object is we're going to give the body shop a lot of work, but we're not going to pay them much money. And what happens, there's two things that happen, is you don't get the work done as well as choosing your own shop.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes they will attempt to use aftermarket parts on the car.
Because they're trying to maximize profit for themselves.
Exactly. They pay out less and they make more money that way.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the car taken care of. Now what happens is in California, every 30 days, the insurance company's required to send you a letter telling you that they can't settle your case because they don't have all the information available. You're going to get that letter every month, and you're going to get phone calls on a regular basis. And the adjusters are trained. They actually have a script, like a movie script. And if you answer a question a certain way, it rolls over to a different question.
Huh.
And again, anything you say can and will be used against you. So their whole purpose is to make your claim sound like it doesn't have any merit. My suggestion is you never talk to these people. If you're hurt, that's when you need to hire an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
In California, the law is, and it's pretty much the same way across the United States, once you've hired an attorney, the insurance company can never call you, can never harass you.
Huh.
They can have no contact with you. They have to talk to the attorney.
So, okay, what are my next steps then? What if I am injured, or I'm not sure if I'm injured? How do I know what to do?
Well, that can be a real problem. One is you go to your family doctor, and oftentimes what they'll try to do is they'll say, here, take some pain medication, take some muscle relaxant, and call us back in 2 or 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
Well, if you're hurt, what the drugs do, they don't make you better. What they do is they take away the pain, and it's like a Band-Aid. And insurance companies believe, and actually juries do too, that if you're hurt, you treat, and if you're not hurt, you don't treat. So by sometimes actually following your doctor's advice saying, don't do anything, just take the medication, you can actually hurt your case. Huh. My recommendation is, and what we try to do, is get our clients into doctors that will actually treat them. You know, we'll send them out for x-rays, MRIs, CT scans, mm-hmm. send them out to physical therapy. You want this treatment right up front because, one, it's going to help you, and number two, it'll help your case.
Right. So why is it important to have a good attorney?
Well, I guess that can be answered in several ways.
Mm-hmm.
You have, just like in any field, you have the good and the bad. And if you have a bad mechanic, your car doesn't run very well. You have a bad dentist, you're going to have a sore mouth. If you have a bad attorney, you're not going to be able to recover what you should be able to recover. And I'm not talking about winning the lottery. I'm not talking about, hitting the bell. I'm talking about if you're hurt, you should get all your medical bills taken care of, all your lost earnings. You should get your car taken care of. Mm-hmm. And you should be, and if you're hurt, you have what's called pain and suffering and inconvenience and anxiety. And the law says you should be compensated fairly and reasonably for that. And that's what a good attorney is going to get you.
So what does a person do if their health is not getting better?
Well, one is you need to communicate that to the doctors. And oftentimes in my office, what we do is we're constantly speaking with our clients, and we ask them simple questions. Are you getting better, staying the same, getting worse? What's the doctor doing for you? What's the doctor saying? And oftentimes the patient is afraid to tell the doctor that they're not getting better. And what we do is we communicate with the client, and then we communicate with the doctor, and what we're trying to do is get them the optimum treatment. And oftentimes a doctor will say, well, there's nothing more that I can do. And then our next question is, well, doctor, should my client, your patient, get referred out to a specialist? And if they say yes, then what we try to do is help them pick the right specialist to go to.
Now, Travis, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, can you talk to us about any sort of consultations you might offer?
Oh, yeah. The one thing that I do, I think that sets me apart from a lot of other attorneys is I give you a free consultation, and it's not a half hour, it's not an hour, it's as much time as you need to tell me your story. And by the end of that, you and I will have an opportunity to decide. Sometimes you don't need a lawyer. And I'm not going to tell you, gee, you need a lawyer if you don't need one, if you can do it yourself. And sometimes I'll even offer, here, let me help you make a couple phone calls and you can handle this yourself. But we have the free consultation. Also on my website, you can actually click on the website, get a phone number that you can call my office 24/7 and leave a message, and we'll contact you. Oftentimes, even on a Saturday or Sunday or late at night, we can contact you within, hopefully very soon, but easily within an hour or two of your phone call. And the other thing that we do is we will travel wherever we need to go. I mean, we have clients that are hurt, they're in the hospital. I have no problem going to a hospital.
Right.
They're at home and they can't drive. They don't have transportation. We'll even arrange for them for transportation to get them to the doctors if necessary. But we'll meet them at their home, at their place of work. It's just, over the years, we found that is a very nice thing that a lot of clients, they just need that extra help.
Yeah. And that website, just for everyone, is www.travisblacklaw.com. And the phone number's on there. And unfortunately, we are out of time. And if you know someone who might benefit from what we have talked about here today, go ahead and share this podcast with them. I'm sure they'll thank you for it. And you can follow Travis on Twitter at Travis Black Law. That's at Travis Black Law. And you can join us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Travis Black Law Show. Travis, thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for listening. To learn more about the Law Show Sacramento and to get access to more great podcasts, visit TravisBlackLaw.com. That's www.TravisBlackLaw.com.